Greetings and welcome to another exciting edition of Poet to Poet. I'm Robert Dunn. I'm the host here. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. But sometimes it gets to be an actual pleasure. Actually, most times it does, and especially on a show like today, because we have Laura Ludwig over here. It's the actress, poet, playwright, does absolutely everything you can't name. And Noel Mendez, who is going to be later in the program demonstrating his guitar technique and his songwriting in all sorts of languages. So it's going to be a treat. We're coming to you here, this episode, from the back fence in Bleecker Street in Greenwich Village. We're glad to be here. They set up the drums for me, even though I don't play, but I thought it was a very thoughtful gesture anyway. Well, let's get right to Laura Ludwig now, because I can't imagine any reason to delay. So, Laura, as I say, is a poet, a playwright, a producer, an actress. Her resume would roll out the door and into the street, but we want to treat her resume a little better than that, I think. She's got a cable show on Brooklyn Public Access called Laura Ludwig's Earth is Not on Tape. I know it's on something, but Laura has proven that it's not on tape. She's got a play, The Man in the Street is Without a Prayer, also without car fare these days, otherwise he wouldn't be in the street now, would he? She's done all kinds of features, both live and also on WBAI. She pops up periodically, and they keep asking her back, so she must be doing something right. And now she's going to do something right here. Laura, let's have one of those poems.
Thank you, Robert. The name of this poem is Subway Ride, and I wrote it on the subway. The face like an angry shell, the tortoise hard-lived, biorhythms etched in green, brown plates. The mask, the covered soul. The mask nods and works, leaves the day in a tired crawl, blows off, stares, or invites a lonely gaze. Bobbing plate worn to make a path in snake-covered grass. Weeds plucked to reach the rain, slid beneath the eyes to reveal the gale covered by the tortoise shell. Is it wrinkled or fresh flesh? Best kept secret or reject, that glamour girl, stowaway in the wrong face or the turn? Does it slip by in the broken, lined face? Mask not white enough, shaky in her walk, too ethnic in her smell, too old, too young, or too plain to keep your eyes on her. The babe she was when she walked through that door. The ear small, a breath so short, sipping soda in a can. Tiny hands lean on you for a train ride to anywhere. A shell, not yet hard, or a face in sand, paper shoes. Emerald heart, the alleyway, faceless hall in the web of Spider-Man in a frozen trunk, tree, top, fall. Made in the image of you, the chick, the grave with dates. A body dissolved in the girl, that smoked up time in a bowl of belief that took her down the ancient path. And that poem, Subway Ride, will appear on the cover of Second Glance, a publication in New York.
Uh-huh. Well, that's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you very much.
But my goodness, Laura, what subway line could have possibly inspired all that?
Oh, on any subway line could inspire all of that.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we're in New York, you know.
Yes, and you get a lot for your token when
yes,
you ride,
do. You get a lot of action.
The New York subway system. All right, let's do another poem, shall we?
Okay. I wrote this poem yesterday. It's also a very uplifting poem. And the name of it is Dreams. Where are our jobs? I smile though the smile fades. My energy drained in an endless row of ads running down the train lane. Your feet are stuck in urine as the door closes. Sat back in the past. Hands race past the eyes of the onlooker. Burned lanes return from 100 lifetimes of cotton fields worked by the man in rags. Pain does not yield to the false piety of a genius, the ambitious jester decayed in a rope tied under the drum, or a woman built from an empire. The walls drip with blood, and the aristocracy cannot feel the pain. Bullets unfold, and pockets lined with gold eat away at the lost soul, searching for a smile in a cloud that rains eternal pain on the carcass of the gold-laden hand strained. A castle in the woods could not buy me freedom when the canals are dry, and not a man stands in the woods. Guards cannot save the soul of a dead society in a war or in a legendary closet where we think alone. The writer will lose her hand if she does not see that wealth is but a tall cornstalk and a free cry in the rain, the taste of honey in a peace long for day. Secure my seatbelt should I last a while. Fringe men ride politicians. Listen hard to the children crying in a blackened two-step dance. Free enterprise with mercy. Not a monarchy working through the day. To the future babes I pass on the way.
Laura, you have such an ominous vision in these poems. Are the plays like that?
No, the plays are very comical, and they're satirical, and they're this kind of thought, but in comedy. So I have to stay I have to stay alive, actually. So I write comedy too.
Many of us have made the same comment, as a matter of fact, to various people.
Yeah.
How deeply do the plays influence the poems, and vice versa?
Well, I really believe that in every tragedy there's a comedy, so there's comedy to tragedy, and so they really don't. They're really just a different side of seeing it, and a side that we can digest, and we have to digest things sometimes, even though we don't have to tolerate them forever.
Right. Do you have a cheery poem in there by chance?
Yes, I do. I have a cheery poem.
Good.
Okay? All right. This cheery poem was published in the New Press Literary Quarterly.
Never heard of it.
And the name of this poem is Ramon and Laura on the Planet Earth. Actually, it's about my husband, and his name is Ray, but this is the way...
Changed slightly to avoid the lawsuit, I take it.
Okay, and this is the way it goes. Alone on a deserted planet, aching from tides of salty water heaved upon our chests. Not comical. Love in a barren world, a consolation, a cape of armor in a blinding storm. You are the sunshine in the moon and my moonlight before the day's dawn. You are the breath of robin's wings fluttering under a cloud-filled sky of aquamarine. Protective feelings follow the warmth of silky skin, sweet scent of your strong and gentle sleeping cheeks. Brings closeness growing closer, inspired by our souls, instead of lonely lust. Life is the villain, time weighing us down. Visions are the wings. They carry me to places unknown. Mountains unclimbed, awake, the dark, soar to highways empty. I return from angry faces, living in a dark, deserted hall. The world of man seeking vengeance in us all. Rain in our 20th century world. Rain is the miracle of birth. The clock passes a gentler hour. Hands together, vibrations of your call. Beckon me at last to climb, climb, till the wind passes our way no more. Time leaves us to the mountain peak or to a tumbling fall. Love through the new dark ages in a light of inner strength, till our bodies left behind and our answers are all here. Death a mystery no more. Dust and earth, a shell we shall release. Earth on someone's lawn, a future path, a planet new with man who waits for love too long. Not that cheery, but yet it has
Well,
some hopeful notes.
It's a step up. And speaking of hopeful notes, do you have any cheery words of encouragement for the man on the street who wants to write poetry?
I would say that don't let anyone advise you to stop doing something that you believe you at some point can get through and do well, or even learn about. Never let anyone who's negative into your life.
Spirited words, Laura. Laura Ludwig, thank you for being on Poet the Poet, and we'll be right back with Noel Mendez. Stay with us.